That's a
10th, no,
Tuesday.
the 10th, 15th, 15th. It's like it's
Okay.
coming up 10th or 15th. It's in the
15th
next
is a
2 or 3
Friday.
weeks. 15th is a Friday, so maybe all right. I'm just all wrong. Okay, then it's the 10th.
I only happen to know the counter in my mind because it's just basic things that are going on at work. So I'm
And then
like,
it's the
the
10th. It's the
17th?
10th.
It's the
No,
10th.
but
Okay,
I think
okay.
it's the 10th. The 10th was my initial thought. So if you said Friday was the 15th, that means it's the Sunday beforehand. Um,
Is it at Chicago or at New England?
it's in Chicago. If it was here, I would have gotten
Chicago.
tickets. I
I
would have
wouldn't worry about that game
100%
because
got tickets. It was the
if you
last
lose against
time.
Patriots, you don't deserve to do anything in this season. So just FYI.
You know what? I respect that. Um, all right,
You
so
lose
hold
against
on.
Patriots, dude, you're
Upload them.
stupid. You're
Oh,
fucked.
there we go. There we go. I did this. I think I did this properly. Done.
What'd you do?
I am now. I wanted to. Can I? Where's save? I'm just curious because what I wanted to do is make it so we have a thumbnail.
Oh, that
When,
says that we're live.
yeah. No, not that we're live. Just now when it scrolls through, it will show the thumbnail. Select it. All right. No, it's not made for kids because we swear a lot. Save. So now, so if people are scrolling YouTube, and I'm assuming a thumbnail is going to come up instead of just our dumbass banner.
Oh,
If
okay.
this worked, because I'm doing it from my phone, because I'm in like desktop mode. But as usual, you know, sometimes things work. All right, so now, yep. So now I'm on my site. So instead of just it being our banner, it has this nice thumbnail. It says we're live. It looks better. That was kind of what I was trying to do because you can't put a thumbnail on a live broadcast until you start live. So the instant that's where we started. Then I already had one custom made and saved it to my phone. So now, yes, it's now not just going to be some generic thing.
Cool.
Um, but let's do this now. Let's do this. But yeah, I wanted to do that because when if someone was scrolling along, like they were selecting um, like what was I going to say? They just want to find football. If they came across, us, it would just be like the thumbnail of our background. It doesn't really say much, just saying we're live. I'm not saying it's going to get any more viewers. It's not like we get a lot anyways when we're doing this, but at least it looks a little bit better. Um,
Sure.
so we're here, we're there. Let me get my notebook, and we are going to get started with no song because we don't need a song anymore because I
We don't
lost
need a
all the.
song. We
Um,
don't do songs.
it was funny as shit. But now we are live. Soto,
I want pizza.
week 9 of picks,
Oh,
parlays, and pizza. Week
oh my
fucking 9.
God.
We are.
How have we
This is
done
this is
this?
the halfway point of the season. 18 weeks. Um,
18
yeah,
weeks?
18 weeks to the NFL season. So we're halfway,
Why
halfway,
is football
halfway,
so
halfway.
long now?
It's always been long. Well, not always, but it's because
Oh,
it went from 16 weeks to 17 weeks. But remember, they got rid of preseason games, so technically it would still be the same length. Um, which I
my
still
God.
don't like the 17. They should just got 18 games. That even just makes it seem a little bit nicer and stuff like that.
It's like I'm
But yeah, so
tired,
we're
boss.
gonna
Good Lord.
we're gonna we're gonna do this. We're gonna get through all of this. I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I know we are gonna get through all 18
We're gonna
fucking weeks,
stay
and one
together.
day
We're gonna
we're
stay
gonna
together.
just stay together, mom and dad. Stay
That's what we're
together.
gonna do. We're gonna
Um,
land. We're gonna land this fucking plane. Oh God,
but we have a lot
dude,
of games.
this
We
has
have
been a fucking slog, right?
It has. Because we, kind of mix everything from just doing picks to parlays and all that stuff. But talking about fantasy, my fantasy team's been going to shambles. I
Oh,
was at
me
three and
too.
one, and now I'm at 3-5. If I
I'm 4 and
lose,
4. I'm
four
not
and four
looking
is a good
good.
place. 4-4, that's a good place. You just need to make it. So
I'm in
500,
the
because
playoffs currently, but I don't feel
that's
great about it. And I got McCaffrey coming back. Hopefully, week 10, right?
yes, and I'm also going to have Nico Collins week 10. But I'm going to be in a state where am I going to make it? Because what's the point? Because now I almost have to win out. I can lose the way, I mean, mathematically, the way a lot of these work is, 12-man teams, 16 team, whatever, 12-team league, excuse me. If you have 6 playoff spots, because usually it's half of what your league is, you need to
Hmm.
be 500 or better. It's just
Yeah, that's
mathematically that's
me.
the way. It's not like the NFL where one can sneak in because that's the way the division because they play other divisions, so that can happen. But if it's all one division, and like I said, at 3-5, I'm not looking good right now. The guy I'm playing this week, and we're going to get into it,
Ooh,
had
3 and 5.
Devontae
Yeah.
Adams, and I
Oh.
do not wish no, I do not wish
Ooh.
injury on anyone. But he went out with a supposed concussion at like 11, 12 points. I'm like, okay, well, Devontae Adams is out. They say concussion. And then he comes back and scores that touchdown. I'm like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
I
So he
know. It
22
was in
points.
stride too.
Yeah, so now um, I'm a little bit worried. You
Oof,
know, I
22
have to get through
points.
this. Otherwise, I might have to blow up my team a little bit. But we'll see. Um,
Yeah, do what you gotta do,
yeah.
man. It's
I
getting
know.
desperate these
I don't
days.
want. I want to be at 500, but if I lose this week, I'm at 3-6, and which means I can only afford one more loss the rest of the season. I
Yeah.
have,
Yep.
which I don't. But you're right. McCaffrey coming back. I got Collins coming at happy, healthy. Excuse me. Week 10 though, it's funny. I have McCaffrey coming back, but Kenneth Walker goes on bye, and so my running back situation does not get full.
Ooh.
I know, and
Ooh.
that's still not
Because
fixed.
McCaffrey's not gonna get a full load that first week, and no, he's not.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I
But
mean? So
well,
it's
you
like you're
never know
basically hoping
because
he gets a fucking touchdown.
we'll see. I mean, I might have. I'm gonna have to play him because it's him or Moss. That's where I'm at right now. Um,
Moss?
I have no choice.
Zach Moss?
Yes,
Oh, dude, he's
there's no
fucking
one.
doubtful this weekend.
He's not
I don't
doubtful
think he's
yet.
playing.
No, he's
Oh,
not on
dude,
the
he's not
injured.
doing good, man. Because I have Chase Brown, and Chase Brown's gonna eat.
Oh, he'll eat, but I'm just saying, Zach Moss is not injured yet.
Oh, dude, he's injured. He's gonna is that Chase Brown is gonna get the lion's share of the snaps this weekend.
We'll see.
Like Moss started off great. Look, I had him too, but he fell off, and Chase Brown took over that number one running back role, and Chase Brown now is the guy.
Oh yeah, there we go. It does say doubtful. It just changed the.
You like that? Thank you for
What the
rating up my
fuck?
parade, dude. I have to tell you, man.
I haven't looked in
I have
fantasy.
Chase
I looked up
Brown.
this morning. And all right, so I'm
I'm
going to
fighting
pick
for
up.
my
Hold on,
goddamn life
hold
here,
on,
dude. I'm fucking R.
dude.
Kelly right now.
Do you know who I have to start? So right now, we're going to do this live. Justice Hill or Ezekiel Elliott. Those are my two best options to pick up off the
Oh my
waiver.
god.
Because that's the
Oh,
problem. No one wanted to do
dude.
trades in this league, and I've been trying to get rid of some of my receivers, but no one. Then I'm like I'm in a spot because I also I don't have it. I was even trying to get Dowdle, so I'm gonna probably have to pick
Ooh.
up Justice Hill, which I'm going to do right now because it's a better spot. Who do I drop though?
If the Ravens are playing a team that's better against the runs, I mean, Justice Hill does sometimes pick up some passing shit. The Broncos have a really good defense, so I don't think that Derrick Henry. I think they're going to nullify him a little bit, so that's going to give Justice Hill some options to maybe do some things in the wheel or catch some shit on the side. I like Justice Hill. He's on the waivers. I wish I would have picked him back up. I don't know why I'm still rocking with Kimmy Vidal. But Justice Hill he's got that vibe, dude. And if anything ever happened to Derrick Henry, dude, you'd have Justice Hill would be amazing.
Well, I just picked him up and put him in. Because this morning,
Just now.
I had no choice because that's the thing I've been trying because I needed someone. I was like, well, fuck it, I want to get rid of Moss, but there's been no one on the waiver wires. My waiver wire situation has been shit.
Yo,
It's
Moss
literally been a
sucks,
shit.
dude.
But
No,
I
you
am
want to talk about
stacked.
shit, bro? I'm in a 16 team league. There ain't never anything in the way. I gotta fucking pick these bones clean. 16 teams,
But
dude.
hold on now. But my wide receiver situation, because right now I got Say Flowers, I got Shakir from Buffalo, Cup came back. I picked up Tillman from Cleveland, who's now
Oh, okay.
and so he
All
I got
right,
him
all
on
right.
my bench. I have Addison, and in my injury reserved, I have Collins. So my receiver situation is stacked, and I'm like,
And you're a full PPR, right?
I'm a full PPR. That's where a lot of
Yeah,
these guys
so
were.
receivers make more sense in your fucking
Well,
league.
that's why the backs that catch, that's why I like a McCaffrey and stuff like that.
Justice.
So, but the hard part is I got screwed on McCaffrey. I couldn't, I had so many injuries, I had to drop. I did have Dowdle early when he wasn't doing much, so I had to drop him to get. That week, Jawan Jennings went off for 40 points. I had Jennings in my lineup, and that's why I won. We're going way back. So, but I
That's
had to
40 points
manage
that
because
week.
I had so many injuries. Like I had to play, you know. I had to win for that week. And the problem is my running back situation. I could never pick up anyone that I tried. I'm like, let me try and get this back up. Let me, I hear that he's not doing nothing's worked out. So yes, I'm going with Justin Hill. Fuck it.
Sometimes that happens.
It's just the way it's going.
Dude, we've been picking up a drop at Justice Hill all fucking season. Why the fuck not continue to do it?
I
I don't
have,
know
but
what it is, but I have a good feeling about Justice Hill. I don't know
I
why, but I've just been looking at him all season. Fuck, I might add him right now.
I had Hill on my team at one time, believe it or not. But again, he was just, it was garbage time. And I needed, when I remember, not just I've had so many injuries. You know, Kenneth Walker was injured. Shakir was injured. So I just had injury. So I've managed, but now I'm at the point, like, I don't know. But that's why if McCaffrey and Collins come back, like I'm starting McCaffrey. I'm putting him in that running back situation, and he's just going to sit there until he's out again. Hopefully not. But I'm like, I can't, even if the first game back, whatever. The Niners are so injured.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have Kittle. That's another thing. My tight end's been strong most of this year because I have had Kittle and he's had some big games. So, oh my God. But yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, that's my fantasy situation. But Soto, you know,
Oof.
we've been doing
So
I know.
it's a
But we've
web.
been doing
It's a
like
web
the
of
one.
lies.
That's all fantasy is a web of lies.
Oh my god, dude.
But
Oh, it's fun
you
though.
know,
It's fun. What else are we
we
gonna do?
we had the 1 p.m. games last week, and we had a lot of upsets. Baltimore lost, but you,
Mm.
again, were close to being perfect. The one
I thought
t
I had a
game
bad week last week.
you didn't. You technically didn't. You had your
Oh, I
wins
bounced
because
back.
you did. Because let me
Oh
see if I can go back. Well,
yeah.
if I all right, so let's look because you had Packers beating the Jaguars, which
Absolutely.
to me was a layup. You had the Eagles beating the Bengals, so that was back and forth. The Lions beating the Titans. I had the hard games, but the one you lost, you picked the Jets to beat the Patriots.
They should have. By all rights. Now I enjoyed the shit out of that win, but I wasn't happy about it.
You would have gone 4-0 if not for that. And we're going to talk about the Jets in a
It's worth
moment.
it.
But then, so I had the Dolphins beating the Cardinals, which that was like the iffy one for me. I had the Ravens beating the Browns. The Browns fucking won. I had
Can't believe that shit, dude.
the Texans beating the Colts, which is the one game I won, the Texans,
Texans,
and
dude.
which surprised me again last night. And then another
Last
coin
night,
flip,
bro.
I had the Bucks beating the Falcons because at that time it was like the both teams were on the downside. It was almost a coin flip, but again, Falcons, won. So
Buccaneers should have won that game,
they
dude.
should have,
But they're
but they
injured as
didn't.
fuck, man.
But so that put me again another 1-3. I was on a good string of games, but I go through this little spell. So you have a 4-game lead.
Ooh, I
So
gotta
I
get to
know
20
I
wins. 20
again,
wins, baby.
oh you'll get to 20. We have an 8. I'll get to 20. There ain't no way in the next 9 weeks that I'm getting 20 wins because there are some layups.
We'll
Uh,
see.
well, if we do this next year, we have to, and I don't know if we will with everything going on, but we have to do all the games. Like just imagine like the scorecard at the end doing
Oh, I
every
know.
different game. But so anyhow, week 9, we are going to be looking forward to one of our rare Friday games that or Friday talks that we've been doing.
Love
So
it.
we actually get to talk about a game after it's been played. And last night, Thursday night football,
Oh,
Texans
God.
at Jets. Now, obviously, with the way Texans have been playing and the fact that the
Yeah.
Jets just lost to the Patriots,
Embarrassingly, yeah.
we would have taken the Texans, would we have not? If we
Oh,
we were picking
dude,
this Wednesday, if we
absolutely.
did
I
this
just saw
Wednesday,
the Jets wanted to lose that game against the Patriots the whole entire game. I was texting my buddy and I was like, I don't see the Patriots winning, but I'll tell you right, especially when like Drake May went out and fucking Jacoby Brissett took over, I was like, oh, we're definitely not winning this game. I actually thought about tuning out and starting to play Red Dead Redemption because I was like, I don't want to even watch this game. I happened to watch it, and the Jets just were the most like a comedy of errors. So in no way did I think that they would beat a team like Houston. But again, now Houston, like the Ravens, okay, makes me believe that maybe nobody can beat the Chiefs, and I hate that.
yeah, and it's funny because again, when we started this project, and we've done parlays that have been reasonable and some which have been outlandish. I think the rest of the season we're going to
Unreasonable.
be a little bit more reasonable. It's fun, maybe for Christmas, or once in a while. But today it's going to be all reasonable, and I mean reasonable, like 4 picks.
Or Thanksgiving.
Four.
Thanksgiving would be a good one.
Well, we'll see, because remember, Thanksgiving week, we're going to let the wives pick. Remember, that's the thing we talked about.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
okay.
Well, we'll talk about that week, because we're going to have to
That's
film the day before
fantastic.
Thanksgiving.
Yep.
But before we
I'm
do,
available.
we're going to get through this. But Yeah. Shit. Where was I at? I kind of lost my train of thought there. But
Texans, Jets. Jets just came off
oh,
the loss to the
so no, yeah,
Patriots.
no. So before the year started, me and you made Super Bowl picks.
Oh, the Chiefs. Yeah. Oh
Yes,
God.
and I picked the Chiefs to three-peat to beat Detroit. And I'm telling you right now, that is looking so freaking good as much as we hate the Chiefs. Now, the funny thing is you picked the Niners to beat the Dolphins, which anything
Well,
could happen. I mean, the Dolphins,
ignorant.
that was before honestly the Tua injury. So any, that was a kind of fun '80s callback, but
Before McCaffrey like fucking just went out for the season. Like you and I have played an entire fantasy football season. We're not going to get like our top pick until the fucking 10th week.
next week.
And he's
So
going to be on a limited workload because who the fuck gets Achilles tendonitis on two legs? I don't
Well,
know.
the funny thing is Mason who's been his backup has been injured. So you know what I did?
You
I picked up the
predicted
next guy.
this.
I picked up that Guarado or who. So I
Oh
was able.
yeah, he
So
had a
now I'm
couple good
like,
games.
well, he had one good game. I had him early in the year and he sucked when he had to go in.
I know.
But he's kind of you know no matter what, you get someone that's the workhorse, you're bound to get the yards. So if McCaffrey's not ready to go and Mason should still be out, I have the next guy lined up. So I'm
Oh
hoping,
nice.
especially without Walker, but we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna go through our 1 o'clock games like we always do, and we have 4 parlays this
Also,
week.
fuck the Jets. Just by the way, before we move on from the Jets, fuck the
Yes, fuck the
Jets.
Jets, fuck the Bills, fuck the Dolphins,
Fuck
all
Aaron
your
Rodgers.
AFC.
No, Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, I'm with you, man. That guy is a total piece of shit. He sucks. I
He's
wish
always
nothing but bad things upon him. Like, I'm not asking him to get another Achilles injury, but like, man, he's a total piece of shit, and I hope he loses the rest of his fucking career. I'll put it out there.
the way the Jets are playing, we don't know. But
Mm-hmm.
we have
All
four
right.
parlays this week. I decided to separate because usually me and you, are combine our games. So we're gonna have your four picks of winners, my four picks of winners. But in each of those games, we both picked a touchdown scorer. And so it's
Mm-hmm.
your four touchdown scores. So that way, it's very simple. We're not doing anything elaborate. But we're not going to see any $50,000, $60,000 payouts. But we're back into doing
That's
reasonable.
okay. We
I
just
know, I
need
know.
20.
Well, we might hit it Monday, so I think the rest of the season we're going to keep things simple. Once in a while, maybe a fun one, but we're going to at least have a two or three simple ones. So, anyhow, the first game, speaking about your lovely Patriots, is your
Mm-hmm.
pick, one of your picks, and we obviously have New England at Tennessee, probably one of the
Yeah.
lower scoring games that people are predicting.
Mm-hmm.
But who'd you pick and why?
I don't know why I'm picking the Patriots. Because honestly, if Jacoby Brissett starts this game, I don't want to have to watch this. Because the only thing
But
that's
you
exciting
will.
about the New England I will, but the only thing that's exciting about the New England Patriots right now is Drake May, who's currently going through concussion protocol. So if Drake May plays, I think the Patriots can beat the Titans. If he doesn't, I think it might be 50-50. Tennessee also not great. So
Tennessee's
it's
probably the
not
worst team in the league.
right
Carolina might be
besides the
worse.
Panthers. Right, exactly. So the Patriots have shown flashes. I mean, they just beat the fucking Jets. Okay, Jacoby Brissett threw a touchdown pass against the fucking New York Jets. And I haven't seen that since like game one. Okay, so I'm going with the Patriots. I could see that clearly people are picking the Tennessee. Tennessee's got a good defense,
Hmm.
but there's something magical about Drake May already. I know you made the joke about him, like when he first started, you're gonna like bet on him like scoring
Score
for
a
a touchdown
touchdown.
first, like or anything like that. But he does actually do that. He actually got a touchdown last game, like with his legs, and it was like actually amazing. Like this kid is something special, and if he starts, and if like they're not gonna go anywhere without Drake May, and I think if Drake May does play this game, they're gonna eke it out. I feel less confident with Jacoby, but I'm not gonna change my pick. I'm gonna go with the Patriots against Tennessee. I, they shouldn't even. You know what? I shouldn't be rooting for them to win because that would make them have a lower draft pick. But I can't help it. I'm going for the Patriots in this game.
And
I'm a
who did you
Pats
think
fan.
who's gonna score your touchdown in this game?
Well, I think Pollard is on Tennessee because I've seen the New England running defense and it's fucking terrible. So if Pollard is anywhere near the goal line or anything like that, like I can easily see him scoring on the Patriots. This is the worst run defense I've ever seen the Patriots have in my fucking 25, 30 years I've been watching this team. Guys are running all over the Patriots, and if somehow Tennessee ends up in a red zone, I can easily see Pollard getting a touchdown. So that's my pick for this game.
I agree with you. Pollard's probably the safest pick, but I am with you. You know, whether it's May or Brissett, Tennessee's awful, man. I mean, I said this earlier in the year. We made some fun bets, and I'm like, Will Levis is going to get the under so many times for his QB percent, and I was right. I do not know how 60% of ESPN, bets are going for Tennessee. Maybe the spread is helping a little bit because that's not an outright win, but yeah, this is going to be a low scoring game. I think the Pats win. Pats. This is going to be weird to say. Pats are just a little bit better of a team, a little bit better put together or managed than the fucking Tennessee Titans. Tennessee Titans is just a dumpster fire.
I mean, if Drake
right
May plays, he's a better quarterback than Will Levis. I mean, and
I think
the
Brissett's
NFL,
I think Brissett's a better QB than Levis. I'm sorry, I'm not in on Levis at all.
I haven't seen Levis in my eyeballs, man. Like
you watch him this Sunday. Just watch him this Sunday. I'm not. Trust me, I know Brissett's
you're like,
not
you'll
like.
know.
You'll know. I mean, I've said this. This is this past class. The Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, all that is. I'm going to continue to say it. 5-10 years, we're going to say this is the best QB class ever in the 2000s. And you're seeing it, but that aside, more people should be betting on the Pats. Low score, take the under. Over under is like 38, 39 points, whatever it might be right now. Take the under. This is going to be basically, I think, a 17-13 game. But yeah, Pollard would.
God help me on Sunday. Holy shit.
I'm going to
God help me get through this shit.
So my first game, is a division game. Speaking about one of the worst teams, the Panthers,
God
they're holding.
Almighty.
Remember when the Saints started the season 2-0?
Of course I do.
They beat. Obviously they beat the
Did
Panthers.
they beat the Cowboys?
They beat the Panthers the first game, like 40-something to 7. But it's the Panthers.
Yeah.
Then they whooped the Cowboys, which at the time we were like,
the
Cowboys. Cowboys was shown, but since then with Derek Carr and all their injuries, but
Derek Carr's coming back, I heard.
But it's Carolina. I'm sorry. New Orleans, whether Carr starts or not, are fucking beating Carolina. They are going to whoop their ass again. This is not going to be pretty. I don't think any team's going to have a close game. I don't think Carolina is going to win another game this season. I forget who they beat, but I don't think they're going to win another game. I think whether it's true or not, because I did not actually look this up, and obviously with the internet, I don't know what, so I'm not saying it. I saw something like, are the Panthers shipping Bryce Young somewhere? Are they looking for trade value for Bryce Young? I'm like, there's no way. Then I'm like, well, it's the second year. Maybe they are. Maybe they're just, I don't know. But yes, the Saints, even if Carr doesn't return, I think they beat the Carolina. But that being said, my touchdown pick is from Carolina. I think the only shining point Carolina has is their running back Hubbard. And he's been a beast for them. He's been their only saving point. I think they can easily get a goal line touchdown with him because they can put some points. And New Orleans, I don't know. Yeah, if they can get there, Hubbard can break it off. I had him in fantasy last year. I wish I would have been able to pick him up this year just as a backup. I'm not saying a good flex, but Hubbard's a good back. And I don't think Brooks has returned from his injury yet. So Hubbard's he's the workhorse. And when you have that workhorse back, the one time he scores is probably going to be them because they traded Deontay Johnson to Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
So Thielen is coming back from injury, but with receivers coming back from injury, you don't know. So it's like, who's on the Carolina offense outside of Hubbard? And the Saints defense, despite it's not that great. So I do think Hubbard's going to score a touchdown. If I had to pick someone to score,
a lot of bad football this year, huh?
It happens. We're getting down to that point of the season where like the
2-6 versus 1-7. Holy moly!
But
ain't nobody want to watch this game. God damn.
No. No. There's no need. I don't think I have anyone in fantasy on either of these teams, so I'm not even going to pay attention to this game. So next game, speaking about the Cowboys who got their butts kicked by the Saints, they are going to Atlanta.
Oh my God.
Atlanta's been a weird team.
3-4 Dallas.
3-4 Cowboys. 5-3 Falcons. I mean, let's put that in perspective first. Starting this season, did we really think the Falcons, and because the couple of the Falcons' losses have been stupid and like that, they could have won, so they should be better than they really are. But this game's your pick.
The Chiefs, dude.
Yeah,
they almost beat the Chiefs like that. That says more about the Chiefs than the Falcons, by the way. But whatever. We didn't even know if Kirk Cousins was going to be able to throw the ball as a quarterback after the first 2 games. because people were like, oh, he must not be able to throw because he's coming off his injury. But as soon as he got the offense, they turned it on, and but they're not a serious team. So in this situation with this pick, I have to go with the Cowboys, even though the Cowboys are on the road. Only because I can't really imagine that the Cowboys are going to continue to suck as much as they have. And I know the Falcons are due to drop a game because the Falcons are fucking fake as fuck. So my pick for this game is definitely the Cowboys. But when it comes to scoring, I'm going with Drake London because, I have Mooney, so I'm bound to get fucked. So I'm pretty sure London will get the touchdown and not Mooney, so I'm going to go with London in this game because he's been just, Kirk Cousins' number one target pretty much all season. But yeah, I can't imagine the Cowboys going to 4-4. Or I'm sorry, 3-5. I imagine they'd be like a 500 team. So if the Cowboys lose to the Falcons, man, then you could just stick a fork in those motherfuckers because they done.
Yeah, I got Dak on my team, and I'm starting him against this game because I feel like this could be a high-powered offensive game. I also have Tua, who's going against the
We keep
Bills.
saying that with every Falcons game, by the way, and sometimes we just get fucked.
We do. Well, I don't know. Baker had a big game against, even though the Bucks lost. I'm like, yeah. I mean, this is why I'm hopeful. I'm being hopeful, Soto, for my fantasy team.
Oh,
I
hope.
I need to have that
Positivity.
If I can get to 4-5, at least then I'm like close to 500 and kind of climbing my way back to top. But no,
500, the goal.
and the other thing is Jerry Jones came up and says Dak is not. This is weird. Like he's not going to run. I'm like, well, if he's being chased, he's gonna. Yeah, look this up.
The
Jerry
owner
Jones is
said
saying
that?
It's fucking Jerry
Owner
Jones.
slash GM.
Yeah. So yeah, he was out there. He doesn't want Dak to run because of fear of injury.
Poorly run fucking organization. Oh my god. Well, yeah, he gave him so much fucking money.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dak is just not working out. You have CeeDee Lamb in this shit too. CeeDee Lamb was like my pick initially, and I was like, no. I'm gonna go with what I know is gonna happen, not CeeDee Lamb.
But it's tough. I see a point on Dallas, but it's in Atlanta, and Dallas defense has just sucked. So, what? I would not be surprised if Atlanta wins this. I mean, I hope for our parlay that Dallas
secretly
does.
sucks, dude. I know they have 5-3,
but this is the Cowboys.
I know.
Who don't? All right, the Falcons secretly suck. The Cowboys actually do suck. They just. It's like, again, I always make this joke. It's like the polished turd. It's still a piece of shit. They just look shiny, and people are like, it's the fucking Cowboys. But that's the thing. The Cowboys are gonna, win their games. They can put up points. I don't know what's happening. And so you're right. This feels like a game when I'm just saying, if come Monday,
they gotta come back some point, right? Like they gotta get serious.
I mean, I know this is your pick. It's just the fact that it's at Atlanta home, but it is a dome, so you know what I mean. Dallas.
That's why I was just like, no. I feel like Dallas is just. It's either going to happen now or it's not going to happen. If they get to 500, it's like okay, like it's like our fantasy teams. It's like all right, yay, 500, hooray!
You have a fighting chance.
But 3-5, which is what your record I think is in fantasy.
But see, you're still fine. But now you're like
that hurts. That's critical. That's life support. It's like, ooh, I'm 2 games under 500. God damn.
Yep.
It's like, and it's too deep in the season. It's like, well, one more game and it'll be too deep into the season.
Well, I've said this. The one time I've won it, I was at 2-6. So I know, like I said, it's that 500
threshold.
But yeah, once you get, because now with the 17-game season and the way it works in fantasy, yeah. So I'm like, you can get that 7th loss. You need some other help, but yeah. So I'm like, if I can win this week, it just gives me that breathing room to hope that McCaffrey and Collins comes back with a vengeance. That's what I need. But yeah, so. I hope so too. I hope Cowboys and Dak go out. I'm just saying, do not be surprised if we come back in Atlanta, it wins us like 40-30. But all right, the next game I feel should be a layup for me. But there's always something weird that happened with these friggin' division games. But yes, the Commanders at the Giants. Commanders with the Hail Mary against the Bears. But both Jaden Daniels and Caleb Williams did not play well that game. If you look at the stats,
Caleb Williams definitely didn't.
No, Daniels didn't do it. He had help with that, obviously the Hail Mary. But if you looked at everything before, the stats were not there. That being said, obviously I'm taking the Commanders. I just
Oh
know
yeah,
no, I mean, but the Giant. These are the games that the Giants somehow sneak one in, especially in New York. But yes, I am taking 100% the Commanders. Jaden Daniels probably going to be rookie of the year the way he's playing and the way Washington is playing at the moment. Um, Again, NFC East. Washington wants to stay ahead of those Cowboys and Eagles.
Giants are 0-4 at home.
Yeah, they are. They are. But
That
yeah,
says everything to me.
this was a tough one for picking, but I think the way Jaden Daniels has been, and they're going to play it a little bit safer with him. I'm going with the tight end. I'm going to say Ertz is going to get his touchdown. I think he's
My
going to be the
Balzac hurts. Oh my God,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, well, the funny thing is, because I got Kittle on the bye, I got Ertz on my fantasy team, and Ertz, he again, it's the older guys that have been performing at
You
this
have
tight end
Ertz.
position.
Oh my God, dude! Again, best fantasy team I ever saw was my Balzac Ertz. I was like, this is the best, and it was like a few years back when he was actually relevant.
I saw that somewhere on the web, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like my
But
Balzac Ertz. I'm like, yes.
Robinson was another thought, but I think Jaden Daniels is going to come out throwing a little bit, and they're going to just keep it safe, nothing downfield because it's the fucking Giants. But I think the first red zone that they throw is going to be to Ertz, and yeah, I
Wow.
think this is going to be a blowout. But you never know with the Giants.
It
Giants, like I said,
should be.
it should be, but they always have
Well,
those weird
Commanders are a
games.
young team. They have a young leader. Like these are the games they can. These are trap games.
Yeah, and this is where they get screwed by the playoffs. But anyhow, yeah, definitely Washington, and I'm going with Ertz.
Like, are the Commanders a 7-2 team in your eyes?
They weren't at the beginning of the season, but the way they've been
No, no,
playing.
no. But like, if they win against the Giants, they'll be 7-2.
Oh, I know. I'm
What you
just saying,
consider 7-2 team? Do
no,
you think the
because
Commanders fit that?
because I've not watched every Commanders game, but look at the Bears.
I know.
But I know how well Jaden Daniels have been playing, but he did not play well against a defense like the Bears. And yes, they had that Hail Mary. Hail Marys happen. It's great motive. But if you look at the stats,
That was embarrassing.
both him and the Williams did not play well. That being said, yeah, that's why it's like they're not a 7 team, but that's why I would say they get that top spot, not top spot, but a high spot in like the playoffs, but they get knocked out that first round. They just do not feel like the team that can win a playoff game. They're going to probably make the playoffs the way things are going.
Can the Commanders beat the Chiefs?
No, hell no. Hell no. I don't think many teams can. I don't think they can. I'm sorry. I don't know what the rest of the Washington schedule's like.
I cannot
Uh,
wait till this end of the season. Oh man,
Well, we'll see. We're going to go back and just listen to like all these podcasts and be like,
this is like
"Remember
the
when you said
story
this?
arc of
Remember
this
when you said
season, being like, will the Chiefs win the Super Bowl? It's like that's like been the continuing theme of this whole
Because it's
entire
the three-peat
fucking thing.
season. No one has done three in a row in the
Fuck
Super Bowl
that.
era. But I'm just saying
Fuck
that.
that.
But that's the story. That's the story
Sure,
that's going to
fuck
go.
the
Not
Chiefs,
just
though.
with us. Yes, but still, it's there.
I'm
And
sorry,
it's
like I had a dynasty. I don't want the Chiefs to have a dynasty. That's just as simple as that. Fuck the Chiefs.
Chiefs already have a dynasty. Whether they win, the dynasty's there. No, the dynasty's
We
there.
had
They've
two
won three.
dynasties. We had
Yeah,
two.
yes, but they're still a dynasty. I'm not denying they've won three. This is their dynasty. They've won three.
Ooh.
Now, I'm not saying they're a better dynasty than the Pats. I did not say that because that's where now all Pats fans go, they're no better than the Pats. I'm like, I'm like, it doesn't fucking matter. This is
so
now.
true.
The Pats
So
dynasty.
true.
Here's what happens with dynasties. They get it ends, and the Pats dynasty has ended. Okay, it's ended 4 years ago. Ever since Brady left and Cam Newton became their fucking
Oh my
QB.
god! Thank you for bringing it back
But-
to reality
right-
there.
But see, Chiefs, they've won three out. They've made 4 Super Bowls, won 3. So they are a dynasty. Not technically, they are. So, but we'll see at the end of the
Yeah,
season.
I can't argue against your logic, man. It's sound, but I still hate the Chiefs
Oh, I'm not saying that. You can lay.
from
I
an
don't
emotional
care.
standpoint.
Yeah, yeah. No, no. But when you put your
Objectively,
money
you were
down.
right.
All right, the
But
next
fuck
one.
you.
All right, the next 1 o'clock game is yours.
Oh, God.
Raiders at Bengals.
Okay. Yeah, a
How
little bit of a
about
layup. Yeah, this is pretty fucking easy. I mean, obviously, okay. I can't believe I'm going for the Bengals when I saw them lose against the Patriots. When the Patriots are terrible, with Jacoby
one,
Brissett,
week
by the
one.
way. Week
Week
one,
one.
sure, but they still did lose. But I'm choosing the Bengals, and I'm choosing my boy Chase Brown. Just picked him up in a trade. I need him to go off. So
And with no Zach
with
Moss, which we learned early.
Moss is doubtful, which it seems like it. Like, yo, like feed Chase Brown against the fucking Raiders at home. Let's fucking eat it up. I'm hoping for like a 20, 25 point fantasy game. I know saying that I just jinxed myself. Chase Brown will go out in the first quarter of the concussion, but I'm going with the Bengals and I'm going with Chase Brown. I need this win. This is a layup. This should be super easy to do, but of course, the Bengals.
It is, but a Bengals team that has definitely found their stride their last couple weeks, and I
A little bit.
100% agree with you. They should whoop the Raiders' ass because again, the Raiders, I like Tennessee, like they're nothing. They have nothing going for them. The Bengals, technically,
Have
just the
not
way
won
they
a
play,
home game.
they will this week. They will this week.
Such a bad indicator. It's like,
Raiders have only
where is
won
your
one away,
intestinal
but
fortitude? Oh my God.
Burrow, Jamar Chase, like I said, you're right. I mean, Chase Brown's the easy touchdown pick for this one. I mean, this is just going to be an ugly game. I think Bengals are going to run all over them because
I
they're
hope
going to
so.
they want to fight for that playoff spot. They now can they're turning the tide. They're that 3-5 team. This is me right now. I am the fucking
This is you.
Cincinnati Bengals in
You're
my
the Bengals.
fantasy. Like it's like
They're
this is
orange. You like orange.
orange and blue. Uh,
Uh-huh.
but yes, I'm with you. I say there's no way, but Raiders should not win this.
No.
there's not much
No.
to that team right now, and the Bengals
No. There's
are
nothing
on
going.
the
There's no momentum with the Raiders. The Raiders are a piece of shit.
yeah.
The
Uh,
Bengals this is a trap game for them, but
it
I
is.
need
It could
them to
be, but I
feed
think
Chase Brown.
yeah. I think the fact that where they're at, they're not. If they would have had a better season, I think they might have, took it easy a little bit. You just maybe look to next week. But the fact that I don't think this is going to be a trap game. Just the Bengals need this. But we'll see. We'll see. But yes, I say there's no way, but we saw last week some weird things happen. So
They sure do.
the next game, one of mine, which you're about to say fuck the Bills, but Miami at Buffalo. The
Oh,
return
I
of
hate both these
Tua from last
teams.
week's, yeah. Obviously, Tua's still getting into the swing of things, and the Bills are the fucking Bills. Um,
Dude,
but then the Bills just got
yeah.
Amari Cooper. They're playing
hmm
for the playoffs. They're playing to try and make a run at the Chiefs.
I
No,
mean,
they're
this is a
not going to
layup.
beat the Chiefs. Oh yeah, no, 100%. I'm picking the Buffalo. If Tua was playing all season and they had more rhythm, I think this might have been a better game than we anticipated earlier. But obviously what happened with Tua and the concussion kind of ruined it. But I think Miami, despite Tua being back and everything like that, yeah, Buffalo's just right now the best team in the AFC East. One, right up there, in the top two or three teams in the AFC. Will they beat the Chiefs? They,
No,
they, no,
no,
but
no.
this might happen again. That being said, my touchdown
They didn't
pick,
get lucky. They get lucky. I mean, Josh Allen
I
is a good quarterback.
he is, um, but we'll see. It depends who has. Right now, what Chiefs are 8-0. They've won every game, so it's that home field advantage. That being said, my
I
touchdown
still
pick though,
believe in good quarterbacks, though. Like, if you're a good quarterback, you can overcome a lot of shit. So, but
true,
anyways,
true,
yeah.
and the next sentence will trigger you. But yes, Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback, so
Mm.
he is.
Not anymore. TV timeout. No, like not anymore. Like sure, he's had. I'll go with you on the whole bridge of being like, yeah, he's been great. Fine, all right, I'll give you that. This year he has been fucking one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL.
But as you pointed to like a week or two ago, Peyton Manning at the end of his career, he won the
Of
Super Bowls.
course,
So I'm
because
not.
his
But
defense is fucking nasty. Like, and it's fine. It's like if you have a really good defense and you're like a quarterback that could just like manage your offense, like Joe Flacco, like then you're fine. But your defense has got to be there. Like, and the Chiefs' defense is fucking legit, especially
hmm
that front four.
hmm
And that's been keeping like if he had no defense, he would not be able to like if he was down 21 points, you could not ask Patrick Mahomes to come back down for 21 points. You just don't have the weapons to do it. But his defense keeps him in the fucking game and keeps it manageable. But if you put a lead on the Chiefs can't come back. They don't have the tools to do so. But there's no team that can put them in a hole like that, and that's the issue.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. Maybe someone will, and we'll see what happens with Mahomes. But back to what I'm trying to say. The Dolphins, because the way Tua has been playing and who he wants to throw to, I'm picking Tyreek Hill to get a touchdown in this game. There's too many.
I hope so.
It's tough to pick a Bills receiver because especially even though I got Shakir on my team and he's been kind of their top guy, but any of them can go off. But I think Tua again is trying to prove that this comeback's for real, and he's going to feed Tyreek. He's going to feed probably Waddle as well. So this could be a
Safe
little bit
bet.
more high scoring. But yeah, Buffalo to me, I have to take them. They're just the better team. So
Yeah, I agree.
your final 1 o'clock game. Um,
Yeah.
so hold on before. When the season was 2, 3 weeks old, would we have been saying the 5-3 Broncos are at the five
No.
and three Ravens?
No.
I mean,
I
the
understand
Ravens
the
are favored
Broncos
by
this whole
nine,
year.
10 points, and it's hilarious. So, I mean, this is your pick, so I'm going to give this to you.
Well, I mean, I'm going with the Ravens strictly because, well, for a couple of reasons. They're at home. That's one. It's a huge one. And two, it's like they just came off of a really super embarrassing loss against the Browns.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a game that I definitely thought they were going to win. And if they're going to be, and I'm saying this at the beginning of the year, that if anyone's going to beat the fucking Chiefs, that it's going to be the Ravens. But last week, my argument takes a hit when they lose against a team against like the Browns because it's like, okay, so you're not really at the next level where you know how to close out a team that's lesser than you. It's like um, the ability to not play down to the team that you're playing to is a
Yeah.
huge part of whether or not you're a championship team. Like because the weaker, unexperienced teams will play down to their competition. I saw this with the Boston Celtics specifically last year. Like they would just play down against the competition. It's like mature teams don't do that. So if Lamar Jackson wants to continue being a superstar in this league and he wants to show like who he really is, you can't lose this game. Like you need to come back from that loss, erase it from everybody's memory, come back against the Broncos. The Broncos have a really good defense,
They
so
do.
that's going to be a tough thing to do. But I still feel like if I still favor the Ravens because I actually do feel that they are like an AFC Championship threat throughout this entire year. But again, they have flaws. But I'm still picking them at home because I feel like they're going to have that bounce back. And then for my touchdown in this game, I went with Knicks because he's had quite a few. And, again, we've been underestimating this Denver team. They've got a really good defense. But I think that somehow Bo Nix is going to go ahead and run one in. So that's my concept for this game. And it seems like a lot of people agree with me, but that's what I'm going with.
I 100% agree with you with the Ravens. They're going to bounce back. They should win this game. I mean, Denver, like I said, has a good defense, but I think Baltimore's. I don't think they face an offense quite like Baltimore's yet. Just because, yeah, again, the addition of what the receivers Baltimore has. I know they're mainly running, but they got some dangerous receivers, and they are
Hmm.
pissed. They should have beaten the Browns because here's the thing now, Ravens, if I think about this correctly, have fallen to third. Buffalo's now the second place team, and they
Hmm.
lost that bye week. Right now, obviously, we still have half a season, and things can change. But Bills have that 1 game lead over Baltimore for that bye week, and Baltimore needs that bye week.
They sure do.
I think that the slap in the face against the Browns is a wake up call for the Ravens. So yes, I think they're going to dismantle this Denver defense. Like
Hmm.
I said, I mean, the safe pick would be Henry again to rush because the way he's been playing, easy. But you know what? You're right. Knicks, he finds ways. I mean,
Hmm.
they're going to get a few points. I just don't think it's going to be a major point. Ravens favored by 9, some places 10 points. So, but yeah.
They
So
should win this if they're serious about going to where they want to go.
yeah,
They
well,
have
they
to.
should have won. Yeah, losing back-to-back weeks to Browns and Broncos is really gonna. We're gonna start thinking because I'm always like, yeah, Lamar is a great, this and that. He just can't win playoff games, and that's been that's been his
And
downfall.
that's going to stick with him like
At,
until he gets over the hump. And
at
the only
least
way
make
the
one Super
Ravens
Bowl,
can go over the hump is like
beat
beat
the
the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah,
You beat the Chiefs, and Lamar can get right there with everybody else. He still has to win,
correct. Well,
but
he can cement even if he
like
goes Super Bowl, he'll cement that status a little bit more.
yeah.
But yeah, it's I right now if they keep playing the way if they lose this, I just can't. Again, we go back. Mahomes finds a way to win, no, with whoever he has.
Ugh,
Lamar's got a
gross.
full offense, and if he's
Yeah,
losing to the fucking Browns and Broncos, we're gonna be like, oh shit. And I hope Zay Flowers eats. I have again. I use both my. I have 2 flex in my league and 2 running backs, 2 receivers. So I'm on like full 4 receivers. But yes, Zay Flowers. I know he's a boomer bust. It's kind of hard, but the
It's a tough
boom
defense
the
too.
boom outweighs the bust. Yeah, it's either Flowers or Addison. I got Addison's just been playing like shit, which we'll get to the Vikings a little bit. So the last 1 o'clock game. Speaking about the Cleveland Browns, they are hosting the Chargers. Um, it's funny. The Chargers is a team that's kind of turned it around a little bit. Um, but the Browns have shown us a little. With Jamison Winston now playing, I've picked up Tillman as a receiver, and he's been doing pretty well. As much as the Chargers with Dobbins and everything going on, the way Cleveland's playing, this is my little upset pick. Even though technically it's kind of even. I'm taking Cleveland. I'm going to take the Browns to beat the Chargers. I mean I don't believe in the Chargers that much. I think they are not as good as their 4-3 records say. I know Justin Herbert can have his games, but I'm just saying the Browns with Jameson Winston, yeah, they're figuring something out. Now, the Browns aren't going to beat those good teams, but a team like the Chargers, they're going to beat. And I am taking Tillman
Wow.
again for a TV. I think the Browns
Wow.
they're going to ride that
The
high.
Browns.
They're going to ride that high of upsetting the Ravens because if they can do that with the Ravens, their D can manhandle the Chargers. Now, this is not going to be a pretty game. I don't think this is a high scoring game. I just don't. This is me more not believing the Chargers. But yes, the 2-6 Browns, I am taking to win this game.
Wow. I mean, sure, it looks like it's a coin flip. I have not really been a big believer in the Chargers, but yeah, so you're riding that Jameson Winston vibe, huh?
Against the Chargers.
Against the Chargers. Yep.
Let's put it this way: about half the teams that could make the play realistic, I would not take. Vote with the Browns, but it's the fucking Chargers. And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, even if this was the Cowboys, I would take the Cowboys. There's teams, but I'm looking at the Chargers. I'm like, they're not as good as 4-3. Justin Herbert, yes, had a good game last week, but that's one game. Dobbins is their only bright spot at the moment. It's just not enough. And the Cleveland defense is decent. I'm not saying they're great, but against that
Hmm.
Chargers offense, yeah, it's not. I think we're going to see some good D from at Cleveland. And yeah, the offense, they're figuring things out. They're putting some points on the board. They're not putting a lot, but they're putting more points they did with freaking Deshaun Watson. So let's just say, you know what? I'm going to ride the Winston train more just because I want to be anti-Watson, and I think he just needs to be done with this league. Browns kind of put their foot in the grave with that huge trade for Deshaun. Don't get me wrong.
Sure did.
But Winston's
Yeah.
now just trying to change. Like, listen, you know what? We're going to just try and make things exciting. And yeah, so
Wow.
I don't believe in the
Interesting.
Chargers. I do not believe in the Chargers one little bit. So yeah,
I mean, I guess who does, right?
So I am taking the Browns. I am 100% taking, like I said, Tillman for touchdowns. All right, so
Chargers
before
got
we
a
go,
better record than the Cowboys.
yeah. Oh wait, yeah, that's right. I had to think about that for a second. Cowboys are 3-4.
Like, who do you think is a better team, the Chargers or the Cowboys?
Cowboys. Cowboys.
So quick with that answer.
I don't believe it's the Chargers. I don't believe in their 4-3 record. They should be more like a 2-6. Yeah,
You don't
know
think
what I
they can
mean?
beat the Chiefs, like, in their division?
No, no. No. I'm sorry. There was a time when I was a huge, when Justin Herbert kind of got started, I'm like, yeah, the Chargers, I love them. When they had Austin Eckler, and I'm like, this offense is
Yeah.
great. But now, this year, no. I think Chargers are a lot worse than that 4-3 state. Don't get me wrong. I don't think the Browns are going to make a playoff run or anything. I just think they're going to ride that high of being the Ravens. And I think they're at home, and I think again Winston's just gonna. This is his resurgence. He wants to start proving himself for that next step. Because I don't. Browns can use him as a trading. They can trade him somewhere, so he's going to show out. And against the Chargers, he will. Against a lot of the other teams, no. But against it's the fucking Chargers, man. I'm sorry. If anyone's listening to their Chargers fans, not that anyone would be, but it would be a fan.
Not that anyone would be.
Go back to San Diego. I mean, all right. So Soto. So like as we said at the beginning, we did simple parlays. So first,
Simple.
if we
Easy.
took now we also separated because a lot of times we combine both of ours. There's no combining. So these are going to all be the selfish parlays. So first, if
Oh.
I get all 4 picks, well, I say selfish because we're not combining. If all 4 picks of mine make it, it's not major, because it's $1 wins 542.
Wow.
This is probably the lowest, a few bucks, but we're climb out of that hole. There was no real
Wow.
upsets, Cleveland. So yeah, this this is a very doable. Yours a little bit more of a payout, but not too much more. your odds of winning, $1, 9.76.
Oh my
Again,
God.
mind you, these are dollar picks. These are dollar bets,
Sure.
excuse me. So,
Yeah.
and it's simple four, that gives you a few bucks.
So used
The
to
touch.
100,000.
That's because that's because we do a lot of stupid things that we probably shouldn't have done, but we did more as a joke. But Soto, your touchdown scores were
Hmm.
lesser. So if all four of your guys score a touchdown, because we didn't combine
Hmm.
it, $1 will pay out $24.33.
Oh, hey.
So if
Hey,
you get
that's a
all four,
season right there.
now, yeah, well, almost because we're at the $30 mark, so we're kind of
Hey, it's a good chunk though.
it's a good chunk. Now
Buy us more dollars.
now just so you know, I had a free 25 boost on DraftKings. I used it on my touchdown scores mainly because I had higher odds. So if I'm right,
Hmm.
it's made it worse. So I'll give you what the original price was, but what the 25% helped. But yes, mine had because I picked Tillman and I had a little bit high, and Ertz. Ertz was high.
Woo.
Originally, this would have netted $63.91 with the 25% boost, almost $80 because Ertz actually was kind of like further down, and I'm like, I believed in Ertz. Hubbard was kind of up there. Hill was, and Tillman. So obviously, I believe in Tillman a lot more. So yeah, the Zach Ertz got me some good odds. So yeah, that's another maybe we finish out the season and that's just a celebratory Louis Louis or whatever the next restaurant might be.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
but before we end this, let's go through quickly the rest of the games. I know we just usually go in depth of the 1 o'clock game, but the first 4 o'clock game, um, Philadelphia hosting Jacksonville.
Hmm.
Speaking about the NFC East, in Washington, where they not? Yeah, Washington. We said was 6-2, could be 7-2 because they haven't had their bye week. Philly's got to stay up with them. It's fucking Jacksonville. I'm taking the
Yeah,
Eagles. I mean, I don't know if you
agreed.
have any argument for Jacksonville.
Nope.
I I thought I'm not saying Jacksonville should have been. Should they began the season maybe? Excuse me, 500 team, but they showed nothing. And I guess when
Nope.
you pay a QB so much money before they really deserve it, like Dak and Trevor Lawrence, you look, they just got big paydays and
I mean,
not
Dak deserved
performing.
it more than Trevor Lawrence.
I'm
Dak
not.
actually
I'm
did
not.
stuff.
He's
You
gotten
know?
his team to the playoffs, not a playoff win, but yes,
Yes.
no, and they have a winning record. Though Jacksonville did make the playoffs and got one playoff win. But yeah, I mean Dak's been in the league a little bit more, but yeah. So Philly all the way. All right, so this
Still
next game,
fake team
Soto.
Philly to me, but
I,
that's
I
just me.
I know it's a little bit biased for me, but Chicago, who I feel should be a 5-2 team right now, but that fucking Hail Mary. But again, the one thing I keep saying is they've been in games. This is something that past years of Chicago is not. They usually get blown out. Every game, they've made it to the final drive, one score away, one way or the other. So I like the fact that they've been in games and not getting blowout. So yes, I'm taking
Yeah.
them to beat Arizona. Obviously, it is a little bit biased. You can see the coin flip. Kyler Murray, could. I just think the Bears defense they have yet to win an away game, but I think this might be the first one.
I
I
see
think after
that.
last week's, I think they need it. They're last they're at 4-3 Soto, and they're last in the NFC North. I want you to think about that for a second.
I
Four and
mean, they
three.
kind of. This is like they kind of have to win this game a little bit. Like if they want to be with the big boys, they kind of have to win this game. But dude, when you give up a Hail Mary like that, and I'm a big believer in this in sports because people are like say what you want about sports, but that's like a bad sign of like what the Bears' luck is like. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
a bad fucking thing to happen. That's like a bad luck thing to happen. That shit follows you. And if you are a sports fan of any sport, you know what momentum feels like and you know what momentum is in sports. It's a real palpable thing. For some reason, a team will get a break or an unlucky break and it's like that momentum rides out. And the Bears should be better than what they are. They're in a really good division. Their defense is awesome. Caleb Williams has been inconsistent. But if they want to be with the big boys in that North division, they're going to have to beat a team like the Cardinals. And I'm going to go with the Bears as well because I feel like the Bears should win this game. Because if the Bears lose this game to the Cardinals, who are surprisingly fucking 500, then the Bears don't. They may not be ready for the show. I don't care if you make the playoffs. Like, who cares about making the playoffs? But if you can't get to the next level, like, what the fuck is the point? maybe the Bears are a couple years away because with Caleb Williams, that's fine. But if you're a team that's like fucking serious about getting to the playoffs right now, at this point, halfway through the season, you beat the Cardinals. And if the Bears can't beat the Cardinals this Sunday, then the Bears are not serious about getting to where they need to go.
No, with I never thought. Yeah, I'll be honest. When you have a rookie quarterback, and you as a Pats fan can talk about this too. It's like I did not. If they didn't make the playoffs this year, I'm fine with that. Like I just wanted to see
Sure.
growth as a team. And
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. But the funny thing is, the Bears have yet to play one division game. And
Oh,
so I want you. So
that's a good division.
it is, but that's what you said. The test. That's where it is because there's been. I find it because the next game after this, there hasn't been many division games in the NFC North. There's only been two. I think the Lions played the Vikings.
Correct, and the Lions won.
And actually,
Yep.
I think that's the only one. I don't think did the Packers. Well, actually, the next one is
Packers won against the Vikings.
so
And the
those
Packers
are the only
lost.
two. So those are the only two. If you think about all the possibilities, so even all the other
Yeah.
teams, outside of the Vikings, played the most. Two they played. We just said it. They played the Lions. They played the Packers. That's it. And actually, so yeah, Lions and Packers.
Ooh.
And so once these NFC North teams start playing each other, that's I think where we're going to see a lot, and especially for Detroit, because again, I picked
Like
Detroit.
Lions and Bears. Wow, like that's
Thanksgiving
gonna be a
Day.
great game.
Thanksgiving Day, baby.
Oh shit, motherfucker! That's gonna be great.
All
Right,
right.
watching
So,
that game on Thanksgiving.
oh yeah,
God
I'm
damn.
off Thanksgiving. We're gonna go.
Oh, me
to my
too.
in-laws. Yeah. So yeah. Speaking. So
Dude, I'm off
speaking,
that whole weekend. I'm off 4 days in a row, like fucking starting at 1 o'clock on Wednesday.
No, I got to work that Friday and Saturday afterwards. Someone's taking a few days off, and then we go into Christmas season, which I'll pretty much be working every day. But that's major overtime for me, so that's when we
Yes.
cash in. But all right. Anyhow, speaking about the NFC North, because I saw what the next game was. Whew.
Ooh,
That's
this
all
is
I
gonna be a
guess.
good one.
Lions
gonna be a good
at
one.
Green Bay. This is in Green Bay. Now we just
Green Bay's been
mentioned-
tough, dude.
Green Bay's been
tough.
But I think the Lions. This is the Lions' year, and this is the game. We've just said it where the Lions need they lead the division. Because Minnesota has slipped a little bit. And Green Bay is second. If the Lions want to prove that they are the team in the NFC, not because they were the team of the North last year, but if they want to be the team of the North, they want to make a good playoff run, which they almost made it at the Super Bowl last year. This is the game they need to win. And I think Detroit's just ready. They're ready. They've been taking that step. It is in Green Bay, so that is it's kind of tough, but at the same time, I am going to take the Lions. I think this is the Lions' year. And we've said this. I've said it a few times.
Yeah.
I think Love has definitely come back. Well, I had to look it up. He is questionable for this Sunday's game. He's
had a tough year
we're
injury-wise,
here
huh?
for so it's still the groin. But as
His
of right
groin.
now, I looked it up just now. He was very limited practice participation Thursday and Friday, and he's still listed as questionable at this moment.
Fuck.
So he's not 100%. And with that Lions offense, and again, they played the Titans last weekend, but they smacked them so bad, and that's what they need to do against these bad teams. So that's why I'm taking Detroit. I think Detroit is going to. I predicted earlier the team out of the NFC. I think they're going to get that number one seed, and that's what they want to fight for. They want that bye week, but I think they want everything to go through Detroit because they want to go to the Super Bowl. So it starts here, and if they want to prove themselves, this is the win.
Like you said, this is the game. It's like if you're a big boy team, it's got to be this game. So, the Packers without Love don't really scare me at all. Unfortunately, I have Watson on my fantasy team, so I know that all too well. And even with Love, it's kind of iffy anyways. It's funny. We should have a conversation about whether or not the Packers would have been better with Rodgers or Love long term. That would have been an interesting conversation for sure. But I see the Lions doing it again. I've been on the Lions train this whole year. Jameson Williams, I just traded him away, even though he has a warrant for his arrest, so that's kind of cool. Thankfully, the guy that I traded him to just had no concept with that. But the Lions have a great offense, they have a great coach, they have a great quarterback. To your point, it feels like it's their year. This would be a huge misstep if they lost to the Packers. I know the Packers are usually home, but the Lions should win this. and I'm definitely going to go with them as the pick on this game.
Yeah. They should, and especially if they don't have Love. If they don't beat Packers and Love's not playing, then that's when we're gonna be like, oh
They're not
shit. But
serious.
right now, yeah, Detroit's doing now what I hope Chicago gets to in 2 years. Because you saw the growth of Detroit the last few years, and so we'll see. But like I said, it's got to be Detroit. So the last NFC North team, excuse me, and we've. Oh wait, no, I skipped one. I'm sorry. Vikings are the Sunday night game. The last 4 o'clock game. Rams at Seattle.
Oh, this is a fun one.
But Puka and Cup returned last week, and the Rams, they didn't look like they missed a beat. Like, I know it's been a few years, but like they played their minds out. Seattle's defense is coming back. They were injured, and I have Kenneth Walker, and Geno Smith still putting up numbers. But I think with the return of Cup and Puka, I think Rams, in Stafford, they're always a team that's scary offensively, when they're full force. And they're back to full force. Nothing, I was watching that game a little bit because I do have Cup in my fantasy. And he didn't, though he got me 16, 17 points, he really didn't do too much, which could be good or bad the way you look at it. But he got the touchdown. But anyhow, this is tough, but I think I'm going to take the Rams. I think the Rams have more experience. I hope Kenneth Walker gets a lot of fantasy points too. That's all I need. This is my big fantasy game. I got Cup and Walker.
He's at home. He's at home.
He is. It depends how the game. If Seahawks take an early lead, they're going to run more. So that's what I need. But if fantasy aside, if I'm looking at this with the return of Cup and Puka, the way Stafford's been playing. This is going to be a high-scoring game, and I think the Rams are going to pull this out because the Rams just have the experience. Though they have not won an away game, but they've been injured, so it's tough. It's tough. I hopefully it's a good game.
I don't really give a fuck about this game, but I'll tell you right now that I agree with you. But I don't give a fuck about this game at all. Like, I will not think about this game at all this weekend.
I will, just because of fantasy. I have to.
Sure, yeah, for you. Because you got the Cup and the
But I'll be
Walker
watching
thing.
the Bears are at 4, so I'll be watching that, but I'll be kind of minding what's going on here. But yes.
Oh, I'll be keeping my eye on the Bears. I have questions about the Bears, but this game I don't care about. But yeah, I'll go with the Rams.
All right, so the next game, now we're at to the Vikings game. Yeah, Sunday Night Football, they are hosting the Colts. Now,
How is it even this close?
Well, Joe Flacco. So the return. Now, mind you, Minnesota has looked ugly the last couple. Now,
sure, yeah.
I'm going to say right now, Minnesota should win this game, and I'm picking Minnesota. That being said, I kind of what the fuck happened to Anthony Richardson? He pulled himself out because he was tired, and then now he lost his starting job.
Luke Skywalker also died because he was tired.
Yeah, so let's not get into Star Wars. This is football. This is, for lack of he's just...
People get tired, dude.
But now Flacco is starting. The old man is starting. I think Richardson's now done.
He's like 5 years younger than us.
The old man based on NFL standards. Okay. I know we're old men, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, no, I'm just laughing because I'm looking at, I think, Richardson's just screwed himself. I mean, I'm not saying he was great or anything like that. He's only like 22, 23, whatever. But I'm like, after that, I'm just like, shit, his career could be done from doing one stupid thing.
What? That's bullshit, man. I mean, how's Jameis Winston still have a job?
Backup. He is a backup.
Fucking Marcus Mariota is still in this league too. This
backup.
This is real fucking dumbasses.
But Richardson, here's the thing: Richardson is 22, 20. He's young. The Colts got him, and the fact that nothing's wrong, and they're sitting him for Flacco. What does that do for his mindset? All because he took himself out of the game.
All because he was a little bit tired at the end.
He was gassed. And and so many people have come out and said this, and so as much as great for Flacco, whatever, he is a good game manager. No, the Vikings after being embarrassed last week, because who did they lose to? I gotta look this up. I kind of already forgot. Where
the Vikings? It wasn't great, but it was a Thursday night game. I'm pretty sure.
You were right. They lost to the Rams. Speaking about and the Rams, that defense got cooked. The Colts aren't going to.
They got 0 points.
Yeah. no, the Colts can't do what the Rams did. 100% Vikings are going to try and stay with the Packers and Lions on top of the division. They're close to that division, so no, Vikings should be. Their defense is going to run all over the Colts. I
I
can't
would hope
forget.
so.
Yeah. All right, last game, Soto. Um,
Hmm.
so are you in a good place? Can I
I'm
just
in a good place.
good
Yeah.
place because you're about to be in a bad place.
Oh, great.
I know.
My favorite.
It's the Monday night game. I can't change it. It's what it is.
Oh
We got the
God.
Bucks visiting the Chiefs. Um, I'm going to give this to you. Give me any plausible. Give me a fight for why you think the Bucks could win. I'm not saying you have to pick them. We're not even going to pick this
I
one.
really don't understand. There's only one reason the Bucks could win, and that's Baker Mayfield just willing them to win. But even he like doesn't have any weapons. For as big as his fucking balls are, um, he doesn't have the weapons to beat the Chiefs. So I can't really picture it. But if they were to beat the Chiefs, it would be strictly because Baker Mayfield is just fucking a man. But I can't see it happening. Although I did see that this asshole um, fucking had his ankle issues this week. So
Who?
Mahomes, I don't
Oh,
know. Yeah.
yeah. I don't. Well, we'll see. I mean, but with the Bucks, obviously, what happened to Godwin? Evans
Yeah. Oh
unhealthy.
God, my
You,
boy.
you picked up that Bucks receiver, correct? I can't remember his name.
Yeah, he didn't do anything.
Okay, that's what I was gonna because I honestly don't know. I didn't play against him. I didn't look it up because that game didn't interest
I mean, he
me.
did like some things, but he was
He
like
didn't,
he did get points, but
and they're playing the
it wasn't
Falcons.
impactful.
They're playing the
Yeah,
well, you
yeah.
know what? You're right. I mean, the only way Bucks can win this, and is they got to shoot out with the Chiefs. And if the
That's
Bucks are
it.
fully healthy, if they had Godwin and Evans, they probably could at least attempt it. I'm not saying, but that would be the only way with their depleted receiving core. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. Chiefs 7-0. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say 8-0. But
Yeah.
just
But who could beat him?
right, not the Bucks, not the Bucks. I'm sorry.
Not the Bucks as they're
Not-
currently like constituted. Like maybe when he had Mike Evans and he had
yeah,
fucking
God.
Godwin,
That's what I'm
maybe
saying. They could shoot it
because
up,
they
but
beat the Lions. The fucking Bucks beat the Lions, dude.
yeah,
That's the Lions like one loss is going against the Bucks, and that was because Baker Mayfield willed the team. Like I said earlier, if you have a quarterback that can by himself will you out of the abyss, like you have a chance in every single game. And with Brady in the Patriots, and I know it's like I'm biased, but I saw many games where Brady just like willed that team out of defeat. Like that takes a special quarterback, and so that's what you need, and that's what gives you a chance in every single game. If Baker Mayfield wants to be the hero and just will them into existence, he can, and that's the only chance that they have because their defense is also not that great.
no, no, but yeah. Um, Obviously, if I was a betting man, bet on the Chiefs. But we can root for the Bucks.
Yeah,
We can, I
sure.
got no one. I got no one on either team. It's a Monday night game. I'm not going to pay attention to. I'll go to bed early that night.
I'll go to bed
But
early
any,
tonight.
well, early regular time for me. So, but Soto, that's our week 9. That'll do it.
Wow.
We are now officially halfway done this NFL season. Halfway done doing
Oof.
these podcasts. The sports ones.
Next week,
So
talk about Christian McCaffrey.
yeah, yeah, and Nico Collins. But
Oh,
real quick,
yeah.
take a what do you think might be the best out of what these games here? What do you think might be the best game? What game? I know what game are you looking
The
forward to?
best game? Um, let's see.
It's tough. Right, the
Best
best
game. I
game.
mean, I'm really looking forward to the Bears and the Cardinals because I want to see what the Bears are about. Lions and Packers.
That might be the
Also,
best game.
that might be the best game. Because I'm not expecting much from the Commanders in New York. Maybe the Ravens and the Broncos. That might be a pretty good game.
Yeah, I saw.
Um, yeah, I don't see much else. I would love if the Buccaneers beat the Chiefs, but I know it won't happen.
No, I think the best game, definitely has to be Lions and Packers. There's a lot at stake there. Yeah, obviously
Yeah,
for selfish
in
reasons,
the
the
North
Bears and
Division,
Cardinals,
yeah.
but because both the Bears and Cardinals are right there, close to 4-3, 4-4. I'm with you on the Broncos and Ravens. It's Ravens put up or shut up, and yeah, and I know you didn't like it, but fantasy wise, I'm going to very much keep an eye on the Rams and Seahawks, but that's just because I got two major players in it. What
You
I
do.
need is the Seattle just to run and score a lot to Walker, and then the Rams to score a lot with Cup through the. That's like if they get their points, that's all I fucking need. If it's the opposite game script where LA's running and Seattle's passing, fuck this week I'm going to be 3-6, close to done, close to cooked, but.
That's tough to come back from.
Very, and yeah, I cannot. It's because I do a two-back league, and I think that's what's been killing me because I've not had.
You gotta
a
wait till
strong...
McCaffrey comes back, man. It's like you gotta.
I know,
fucking
but
hold
Walker's on bye next week, so.
on.
But after that, yeah, we'll see. So if I can only take two more losses the rest of the season to even have a hope to make the playoffs. All I gotta do is just make the playoffs. Make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I've fallen from second to like ninth in just a matter of 2 weeks. 3 weeks maybe, yeah.
Damn.
Because I had the points, and yeah, my guys have not been putting up points. Addison failed me, Flowers failed, yeah. So, but it's just been tough. And then yeah, the guy I played last week, he scored like 150. I think I was at like 115 or something. Like so, it was just bad. It was just bad. So we'll see. Yeah. But anyhow, let's end this week 9. Let's
Week 9.
week 9, halfway there.
Oh wow.
Living on a prayer.
We really are.
But, all right, that'll do it for this week. Next week, I'm not sure what day we'll do it on, but we'll take a look at the week 10 games and see what's exciting there. But until next time, just get excited for some football.
Football. Foosball.